Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be creating the best LEGO 501st minifigure. So as you all know, the 501st Battle Pack has recently been released pretty much everywhere. I know many people, at least in the US, are having trouble finding them, but luckily I've been able to get some for myself. And basically in this video I'm just going to be kind of looking into the 501st Trooper itself and kind of messing with some different parts of the figure, switching out some arms and different pieces just to see what the 501st would look like if it was put together differently by LEGO. There are a lot of people who aren't a huge fan of the printing on this new 501st Trooper. They do think it looks like a knockoff, which I can see, but I personally am a fan of it. But I was interested to see if I switched out a couple of just simple LEGO parts, if the Trooper would look any better. So maybe LEGO made a mistake with some of their choices, maybe they didn't, but that's what we're going to figure out in this video. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and get right into it. So we'll go ahead and start it off with the classic 501st Trooper. This is the one you're going to be getting in every single 501st Battle Pack. And I think this is a very good looking figure. Obviously, LEGO did switch a couple of things out that they previously had on the 501st Trooper from 2013. Most notably, they switched out the blue arms for white ones. And then they also switched out the hip piece for a white piece instead of a black one. Now, I don't think this is bad looking whatsoever, but a lot of people were a huge fan of those parts, especially the blue arms. I'd say most people are on board with a white hip piece, or at least they don't mind it so much. But I'm gonna try some combinations out with some different pieces and see which one ends up looking the best. So here is the same exact 501st Trooper, just with the blue arms swapped out for the white ones. And to be honest, I wasn't a kind of supporter of the blue arms, because if you actually look at a 501st Trooper, it is really only the shoulder piece that is really blue. Now obviously arm printing would be the best option for this, but that's not going to be happening, so we'll have to stick to either blue or white arms. But I gotta say, once I put these things on, I really do think they make the figure kind of stand out a little more. I feel like there was almost too much white with the figure we usually get in the set, and I feel adding those little blue arms kind of throws in some color, kind of separates it out a little bit, and once again, as I said, makes it stand out a little bit more, makes it more blue and more 501st like. Next up, we're taking a little bit of a different approach, and we're keeping the white arms, but we're swapping out the hip piece for a black one, similar to how the 2013 501st Trooper had. And this one, unlike the blue arms, I am not a fan of. I wasn't a fan of it to begin with when we first saw the white hip piece. I do think it looks a little bit odd now, just now that we've seen what a white hip piece looks like. I definitely think the white gives it a much cleaner and sleeker look. This kind of breaks it up a little bit, kind of weird how it kind of goes white and then it kind of breaks up, and before continuing on with the white armor. And if you actually look at a 501st Trooper, there's only a very slim sliver of black that you see through the plates of armor. So as I don't think it looks terrible, I definitely think the white hip piece gives it a much more accurate and cleaner look. So now I'm going to be mixing in a little bit of both worlds. So we've got the blue arms and the black hip piece. So this is what the 501st Trooper from 2013 had before we swapped out both of them for the white pieces for the new 501st Troopers that just came out. And to be honest, I don't know how I feel about this one. I definitely think the black goes a little bit better when you throw some blue in there, just because it isn't the only color that's kind of standing out on its own. I don't know, maybe it's just some sort of nostalgia just because of the older 501st Troopers. I'm not sure, but I don't think this one looks half bad. And to be honest, I think if LEGO gave us this Trooper instead of the plain white one, there would be no complaints whatsoever. And to be completely honest, I don't know exactly which Trooper I would say is my favorite. I was a huge fan of just having the blue arms along with the white hip piece that was already on this figure, but as I said, I'm not 100% sure. So in order to help me decide, I am going to be holding a poll on the community tab, which should just show up in your subscription box. But if for some reason it's not there, you can go to my channel onto the community tab, and there should be a poll there where I'm basically going to be listing out all of these figures, and you guys can go ahead and help me decide by voting which Trooper you think looks the best. But that is going to about wrap up this video, so if you did want to enjoy it, I'd greatly appreciate it if you could subscribe and leave a like. But other than that, I'll see you all in the next video. Bye!